Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. People will love you today and hate you tomorrow. People will even step in the name of love for you, and then the next day, they doing a Crip Walk backwards. Y'all went to this Halloween party years and years ago, and it was a pretty cool party. There was quite a few people there. Everyone had pretty cool costumes. So me and my wife decided to go as Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. Well, of course I was Snoop Dogg, right? My wife was Martha Stewart. And we had a Halloween costume about who had the best costume, right? But mind you, y'all, I had the flannel on, I had the dreadlocks in my hair, I had it braided back like Snoop Dogg has his hair, I had the Chuck Taylors on. I mean, I was almost a spitting image of Snoop Dogg, other than my face, other than my face. But me and my wife thought it was cool for us to go as Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. So we're almost at the closeout of the Halloween party, and they get ready to look at the contestants and see who's going to win the Halloween costume. So when they had the guys against the guys and the girls against the girls. That way they had two different groups broken up, right? But it was pretty cool because it was me and another guy who was the top two best costumes. And so we get up there or whatever, and they look at me and they was like, they voted and me and him was a tie. And they said, okay, well, since it's a tie, if you can Crip Walk, James, if you could do the Crip Walk, you're going to definitely win the Halloween costume contest. And so they look at me and I look at them. Everybody was waiting on me to do the Crip Walk. They want to know if Coach James can Crip Walk. So long story short, I can't Crip Walk and I didn't Crip Walk. I did give it an effort. But so I gave it an effort. I didn't really Crip Walk the way they want to. Well, the other guy that was going against me, he did the Crip Walk, and he did the Crip Walk like the Crip Walk. And so he ended up winning the costume contest. But it was pretty funny that all that happened. And next time I know that when I do dress up for Halloween and when I go as a particular character, learn the dance moves, talk like them, act like them, or do something. That way, in case it comes down to that, I'm ready next time. But anyways, y'all, it was a fun time. But yeah, people will love you today. They'll step in the name of love for you today. And then tomorrow, they Crip walking backwards on you. And why is that, right? The question is why is that? And have you ever dealt with that scenario? And that scenario is real because it's probably happened to every single one of us on more than one occasion. Sometimes it feels like people love us, and sometimes it feels like people hate us. It's just the world we live in. One thing I have learned, though, y'all, is that not everybody is going to congratulate you. Not everybody is going to think you the best thing since sliced bread, right? And my favorite word I just heard on my statement or mantra, however you see it, you're not always going to be everybody's cup of tea, but you're definitely going to be somebody's fine wine. And so that's just the world we live in. I used to be one of those guys who always had to have people like me. And when I found out someone didn't like me, it hurt my soul. Like I couldn't figure out what did I do wrong to have people or someone not like me. Because in my mind, James was liked and loved by everybody. But then as I got older, I realized that not everybody's going to like me. And then I started to really think a little bit deeper into it is that if everybody likes you, maybe you're just a people pleaser. That's why everybody likes you. When everybody needs something from you, you flock to it. When everyone asks for your assistance, you flock to it. And I'm not by all means saying it's not okay to help people, because 100% it is okay to help people. But however, the point I want to make with that is that maybe sometimes when someone don't like you, maybe it's because you have not been or demonstrated being a people pleaser to everybody. And that's okay. You don't want to be a people pleaser to make everybody happy in order for everybody to like you. It's okay for you to say no, for them to say, oh, he's not a good person because he said no. Like I said, you're not that person's cup of tea, but you're definitely going to be in somebody's fine wine glass. right? And so people will love you today and Crip Walk on you tomorrow. That's just the way the world works. One thing I really started to understand is that people are not always going to dislike you for any reason. They can dislike you for whatever. People can like you for whatever, right? So it's kind of a fine line between the two. People like me for this, people don't like me for that. It's just one of those things where it just happens. But it's not the point where you should have to go around trying to earn everybody's likes on Facebook. Earn everybody likes on Instagram. Yes, likes is great, but let me tell you what that does. When you want too many likes and you're a people pleaser, you are looking for external validation is what it is. You're looking for people to say, hey, I have my interest in you. You're a great person. I love you so much. And because I love you so much, here goes your cookies, right? And so we start to get infatuated with external validation. And then when external validation goes away, no one is congratulating us and no one is liking our stuff on social media anymore. We lose it. Now we feel like the villain because we got so infatuated with wanting everyone to like our stuff and it felt so good. Now that no one is not, we can't deal with it. When I first started posting on social media, and I got in social media big time, probably about 6, 7 years ago when I was doing Herbalife. And, I would post workout videos of myself. I would also post workout videos of the gym. I would post workout videos of groups of people working out at the gym. And then I would also post nutrition products from the Herbalife Health and Wellness products that we sold to help people get healthy, right? They're beauty and nutrition products. Right. And when you start posting these videos and these pictures, you start getting infatuated with the likes because when people start liking your stuff, you think it's going to lead to sell for you. You think someone's going to buy a product or products from you because they like your videos. They like your pictures. It's not true at all whatsoever. People could like your stuff and never buy one product from you at all, ever. They just think you're a cool person, but they're not going to buy your products. Right. And so my biggest thing that I had is I took that to heart. And because I took it to heart, it made me feel some type of way about certain people. In my mind, I was like, I don't even want you on my page if you're not going to buy nothing from me. I don't want you even liking and commenting on my stuff if you're not going to buy nothing. And that was wrong for me to be that way. I was so tied to the end result, which was the end result being a sale. And when the sale didn't happen, it was a hard letdown. But people don't always like what you're selling. People don't always like what you got. People don't always like that you have a new car. People don't always like that you got a new house. And so you have to be very, very understanding to people and their likeness for you. Because at some time you can have someone that like you today, and then you can have someone that not like you. I had a really good friend. And I mean, me and this friend, we just got each other. It was funny. I walk in the room, me and this person to make eye contact, and we'll both just start laughing because we already know that one of us is going to say something stupid and funny, right? That's just how we was. We were that close. We just walk in the room, look at each other, and we start laughing, right? Because we know we're about to have a good time. And me and this person, we started doing more things together, hanging out together, going out of town together, talking on the phone every day, like just really being really super engaged with each other. And so it felt like a really strong friendship that we had. It felt like a tight bond that nobody was going to be able to break. Well, over time, somehow, in some way, the relationship started to fizzle out. And I don't know if the individual had any animosity or any ill feelings about me, but I never had any ill feelings about them. Right. There was nothing I had to say really to say, hey, I'm not liking the person or the version of you I used to know. That wasn't even the scenario, even the case in my mind. But all of a sudden, this person stopped liking the version of me. They stopped hanging out with me. They started unliking, I guess, who I was because at a point this person started making like derogatory comments toward me. And when I say derogatory, y'all, it was it wasn't hidden behind a bush. I mean, this person comments was just right to the point, just a straight dagger in the heart and drop you to your knees. Here you go, take it. Here you go, take this one. Take the knife and just stab it in the stomach and turn it a couple times, inside out, inside out, inside out. I mean, that's how bad the statements were that this person or comments made to me. It was like very evident that this person was really coming at me. And I think what got this person or ruffled their feathers is that even though they were coming at me saying and using derogatory words towards me, I never did that back to them. I never said, hey, if I'm this, you're that. I never said, hey, you gonna say this? Well, let me tell you this about yourself. I never did that. I never played that game, right? And so I think it irritated the person even more. So every time we did speak or we run in front of each other, it was the verbal abuse got worse and worse and worse until I said, you know what? Enough's enough. I'm cutting myself off from this person. I don't know what happened. I thought we was the best friends ever. I thought we was road dogs, homies, whatever you want to call it. I thought we was just there with each other. But I can see now something changed and we're not. And so it was very hard pill for me to swallow. And if any of y'all know me, I'm a pretty sensitive person. Let me just be honest. I'm not going to try to hide behind my Superman cape and say, nothing can break me down. I'm made of stone. My heart is in the cast and you can't break it. No. I'm a sensitive person. So if you say something or you do something to me, it's probably most likely going to hurt my feelings a little bit. I'll get over it, but it's going to hurt my feelings a little bit. Right. Well, in this scenario, it was like that where it hurt it. And so it just got worse. And like I said, I had to sever and the relationship expired. And I'm still guessing and questioning today what happened. Well, I'm not any longer questioning today. I've let it go. I've dealt with the emotion on the inside. I've dealt with the feeling and I've let go of that we're never going to be friends again. Right. And so it's just one of those things, y'all, where you have to really understand how to accept things that happens from a relationship perspective. Like I said, people will love you today and hate you tomorrow. That's the world we live in. And if you want to use any example of that, look at sports players, right? When they're scoring points, they're throwing touchdowns, they slam dunking the ball, making threes. Everybody loves that person. Soon as they get in the slump, they're not hitting no more threes. They're not getting any jumpers. They're not taking the ball to the hoop anymore. Their lack of motivation is just showing. Now everybody's just talking down to that person. This person sucks. They shouldn't have gave them this much money. They shouldn't have never signed them. Why did they trade this person for this person? So that's a perfect example, y'all, is that people will love you today because you're scoring buckets, and tomorrow you're not hitting as many buckets. They're going to hate you. They're going to crip walk on you, which I don't know how to do yet, and I'm still practicing. But they're going to crip walk on you, right? I'm not going to crip walk on you because I can't crip walk. I'm gonna do the Michael Jackson moonwalk on you, though. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna go backwards from that. But yeah, y'all. So it's just one of those things in this life. We got to get used to people not liking us, and it's not the worst thing that people don't like you, right? It may not be a good thing, but it's not the worst thing ever, right? However, I will say that if you intentionally make people not like you, then you deserve to be unliked. If you're going around being disrespectful to people, acting like you're better than them, trying to be that version of bougie, then yeah, people are more than likely not going to like you. You know, one thing that really irritates me with people, and it takes a lot to irritate Coach James, just y'all know that. But one thing that irritates me with people is those people who says, I don't care if anyone likes me or not. I'm me and they're them, and they can go up the hill and come back down with no wheels. I won't say a bad word, but I didn't. But y'all like my analogy, right? Go up the hill and come back down with no wheels. Yeah, y'all. So people who are are infatuated with people not liking them, and they take it to the fifth power, and they're like, yeah, I'm glad you don't like me because, I'm not a people pleaser and no one's got to like me. I can walk up a hill by myself. I can go hiking by myself. I don't need no one around me. Now, those kind of people really get under my skin because I'm going to tell you, people might not like you, but you antagonizing the scenario make people really not like you. And not just one person, lots of people. Right? All it takes is one person to hate you. Now it's 3 to hate you. Now it's 6. Now it's 9. Now it's 15. Now it's 25 people. Right? Doesn't take much. So those are the people who really kind of irritate me. Those who walks around with, I don't care if you don't like me type attitude. Now, I'm saying you should care or want people to like you. However, I think it should be mutual, right? If people like you for who you are, they like you for who you are. If some people don't like you for who you are, some people don't like you for who you are. But I think it's best in everybody's scenario to want to have people do like us for something, right? Versus just having an attitude like, I don't care who don't like me, and whoever don't like me, it's whatever. Because if everybody don't like you, it's not. If it's one person, if it's 2 people, but if it's 3 or 4 people don't like you, it's definitely you. It's definitely you. So yeah, you got to be very careful about getting caught up with that, because some of us get infatuated with people not liking us, and then we take it to the fifth power, and that's unnecessary. Now, I want people to like me. When I go in a room, I want people to say, hey, that James dude is a cool dude. I like what Coach James talk about on his podcast. You know what? If it wasn't for Coach James, I would still be in this position. But because I took Coach James's advice from his podcast, I'm here today. Coach James helped mended my marriage. Coach James helped me build a better relationship with my children. That's what I would like people to like me for, right? Not like me because I got a nice vehicle. Not like me because I always got the best throwback Jordans on, right? I want people to genuinely like me because I'm a genuine person. That's what I really want. And so I said earlier, no, you don't have to want people to like you, but you should want people to like you because your genuality, right? Right? You should want people to really gravitate towards you because they can see how genuine you are as a person. And not only that, y'all, people like you. In return, you should like people, right? So yeah, y'all, people will step in the name of love for you, and then the next day they're crip walking backwards on you. But it's the world we live in. Like I said, there's nothing you can do to change it, but just try to be a good person to where some people do like you, to where you do get some likes on social media. You do get some nice comments on social media, right? I post my motivational videos, y'all, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all those different platforms. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go check me out. It's Fast Forward Mindset Podcast. But I post these videos, motivational videos, clips of my podcast, me just talking and sharing myself with social media, right? And I get likes and I get comments, but I'm not vying for them. I'm not going to buy and say, hey, I'm going to buy these comments and likes for myself because I want everyone to think that I got all these hundreds of thousands of people that's following me and like me. It'd be great, but I'm not going to spend my money on likes. I'm just not, y'all. And so if people going to like me for who I am, they're going to like me because my genuality. If they not going to like me because of the person I am, then they just not going to like me. But I'm not going to jump off the ship because one person don't like me on the ship. So I would encourage that for you as well, to take that advice that I've shared today and implement it in your everyday life. Yes, we should be trying to be a better person, to have people like us for our genuality. Yes, we should want people to want to be around us because we have nice energy. And yes, we should want people to be around us because we have and build great relationships with people. Those are three main things as to why we should want people to be around us. Because one thing I learned in this world is that when you build strong relationships and people like you, it opens opportunities for you, right? Example, got this podcast. People reach out to me all the time that wants to be a guest on my podcast. And they don't want to just be a guest just to be a guest. They want to be a guest because they like my genuality. They say, James, we love your podcast because the things you say is so simple, but it makes sense. Right? And because that happened, it's open opportunities. Now I have people reaching out to me at higher statutes that want to be on my podcast. Right? And then once that happens, y'all, it's going to be something that's going to be the greatest thing ever. My podcast is going to blow up to be one of those podcasts that everyone listens to. That's how it starts. That's how it happens. But you got to be a genuine person, and people got to really start to gravitate to you for a particular reason. But those that don't like you are your haters. And everybody's got haters. Y'all use my haters as motivation, right? I love the fact that one of my haters said, Coach James ain't going to be nothing. Don't give me that type of motivation. You just put a bunch of unleaded gas in I should have said premium. You put a bunch of premium gas in my unleaded truck. That's what you did. I put a letter in my truck, and and because you don't like me, you said something negative about me. Now your negativity is boasting me to ride off the fumes of premium gas. And so now I'm really going to show you who I am and what I can do, because I use all of my haters, all my negative comments used against me as my motivation to keep fueling and going through. That's just how I live my life. You say something negative about me, thank you for the fuel. Oh, you said you don't like this about me, thank you for the premium fuel. That's what it is for me, y'all. Someone says something bad about you, how do you handle it? What do you do? And I'm gonna land the plane here, y'all. If someone says something bad about you, let it go in one ear, not the other. It's just talk. It's just radio waves. But if what they're saying about you is really true, and you really did that, and you shouldn't have done that, then you got to bite off the Adam and Eve apple. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for listening. I really appreciate it. If you have not followed the podcast, make sure you hit that follow button. When you do, you never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. Go check out my website. It's www.rewirethewayouthink.com. If you're interested in being a guest on my podcast, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's jewatki1@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, please make sure you come in with the story of success and not just a sad story where your life is just in shambles, which I love to hear. I'm not discouraging anyone, but I'm saying I want to hear a story of adversity, of where you were dealing with whatever tragedy, dealing with whatever medical sickness or whatever it is, and bam, look at you today. You shining, you came and overcame anything that was holding you back. Those are the stories I like to have on my podcast, y'all. So if you're interested, send me an email. All right, y'all. And y'all, if you are struggling today with thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, please don't hesitate to call a suicide prevention hotline at 988. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. And as I always say, if your mindset doesn't make you money, it's cost you way too much. And that's my 2 cents in there, y'all. Peace. Thank y'all for listening to today's episode. And remember, don't rewind your life, fast forward it. Until next time, keep moving forward. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. All right, y'all. Peace.